Hello, everybody. Today, I just wanted to show you this beautiful corkscrew willow I have today. And today, we want to cut this back and get this into shape. So we're going to cut back these branches and get it into shape and give it to where we want it to be. And this is one that I've been growing for quite some time now, and it's a corkscrew willow. As you can tell, I like these trees. We've got some branches that are growing inward that we'll get rid of. Right here we got a little bit of a owie there. We can zoom in a little bit, I'll show you. And it's slowly healing over right here. I'll give it about a season or two and it should be gone. We've been following the rule of 2 that I've been telling you guys about so that we don't get any bulging that we don't like. I've started to call this tree my octopus tree for obvious reasons. And I've been looking at this tree. I've been kind of not wanting to prune it back quite yet, but it's getting a little out of hand. And it seems like a perfect time with these other branches growing to kind of cut it back and let it. I'm going to cut it back down here so it can start branching outward a little bit more, and we'll get some more movement and some more branches. So this one's going to be a shorter video because it's not going to be a lot that we're going to do. We won't be root pruning because this is the wrong time of year. We'll be doing root pruning on this tree next spring because this tree has filled this pot already. But if we did root pruning on it now, we would probably run into some problems, and we don't want that. So let's get into it. We'll get some scissors here. And looking into it right now, we're also going to take the cuttings and we'll root these because these are great ones to start new trees. So let's start over here. Now, starting right here, let's take a look at this real quick. Start from the bottom here. Let's follow this one up. Now, how far do we want to go? Well, normally we want to take it back to as close as we can so we can get the ramification as close to the trunk as we can. So let's try to keep that in mind. So let's take a look here. Obviously, you can see that the branchings come out this far, and then we got some leaves here. So how about we look at this a little bit. See, we go up this one and it starts dividing here. So let's kind of follow that. See, it kind of comes up and divides here. So let's kind of follow what's going on the rest of the tree. So let's kind of follow the same length there. So let's go here. So let's follow that. Let's find an outward facing here, and we'll go right here. Okay, so we can kind of follow the same length there. See how I cut that there? And then we'll keep these. Look how long that is. That put in water. I'll show you what I do with these after we're done. Okay? Keep those. So, we kind of keep the same length. But see, let's measure it with the scissors. So, you know, we cut that. You can always cut a little bit more, but you can't put back. So, you can always cut off a little bit more if you didn't get enough. So, I always use my scissors, so that's about to that. So, I guess we can take a little bit more off. So let's cut about there. Kind of make it a little more even. Okay. And then if we measure here, that's kind of nice because you notice there. Here, let me show you. From here to here, here to here, it is the same length measured on the scissors. That's pretty interesting if you ask me. Now let's turn this a bit. Since they're the same length and they're both outward facing branches, I am just going to cut right there. Okay, look at that long branch. Now that's a drastic cut, yes. But we are going to get some great movement out of this. So we'll cut that there too. Might seem a little drastic. And see, since this is a new one, we'll just let that go. We'll let that one go. We won't even mess with that. Now, since we cut those, we'll kind of just gauge from these cuts. We'll go straight across here and cut to an outward facing. There we go. Like I told you, this won't be a very long video, but this is going to show you what we can do. Now, look at this. This one's coming out this way towards the camera. See this one here? Let's turn this way so you can see it better. Now, let's just clear this one out. And we are going to measure with the scissors. And when we measure with the scissors, we don't have a very good outward facing branch or leaf, excuse me. So we'll go up to the next one, about where we want it to go, and we'll clip it. All right. Now we have a nicely trimmed up little tree up close. Show you that. See how nice that is? It's a drastic cut, but once that heals up and when spring hits, even beforehand, let's cut this sedum. We don't need that extra. You know, and I said I wasn't really going to cut this, but this is kind of going a little weird. And we will cut this a little bit. There we go. Alright. So, this tree, for the most part, yeah, this tree is done. And this is a corkscrew willow. And it's got a lot of movement, lots of branching. And let's see, we can move it a little bit closer so that you guys can kind of see what we've done here. It's got a nice thick trunk going on here. And I'm really excited for next spring when we repot this. I'm going to put this thing, actually I'm going to cut this shorter because I want to change the direction of where this branch goes. And I'm going to take it clear back to here. See, remember, these are your trees, so you can do whatever you want. I want movement, so I actually trimmed it back so it's going to come back this way. Alright, folks. Remember, I also always take the yellow off. Now, what I've noticed, this is a very, very vibrant tree. And I've trimmed these all back, and this is going to grow like crazy, trust me. Now that we trimmed this off, and this is all ready to go. Oh wow, this is so crazy. Now I'm going to show you what I do with these. Now, what I do with these, take these lower leaves off gently so you don't mess up the buds. Normally you don't need to really worry about the bottom buds because, you know, this is where the roots are going to be. So you don't really need to worry about them a whole lot. So you just take the leaves off. Mostly you want to take most of the bottom leaves off anyway. Now, you can leave some of these on top. There you go. So that's basically what I do with the ones I cut off. Then I just pluck these in the water and I leave them alone. And within, I don't know, a couple weeks, sometimes even a week on good warm weather, you will have roots at the wazoo growing off of these. And you pluck that into some soil. Bonsai soil works best, nice draining soil. And you'll get roots growing off these. And then you got another tree to work on. Heck, I just cut off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pretty thick ones that will, once they root off, these things will thicken up very quickly. And you got more trees to work on, more trees to practice on, and throughout the year, you're going to trim and you'll have more of these. And eventually, every time you prune, you'll have more of these. And then you'll have more trees to work on. So, I would like to say thank you guys for coming to my channel, watching. Hope I taught you something. And have a wonderful day. And I hope you come back and say hello. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Have a wonderful day. This is Leslie Bonsai Gardens.